If you clicked play on this video, you are better than the majority of the population. What do I mean by that? Most people don't even think about their health. They don't even start thinking about it. They'll go their entire lives not even trying new things, locking in on a diet, locking on a fitness plan, actually trying to better themselves and look and feel their best. And that's where they fall. So if you're watching this video, you're already doing better than the majority of the people. And if you make it to the end of this video too, then you're better than like 99% of people, because this information, if you apply it to your life, will make you the top 1%. It will bring you to the top 1% of people, because people really are just so cooked nowadays. It's crazy. But let's get into it. My name's Peyton, by the way, if you guys don't know me. I've been working out for like 4 years, got super into health and fitness, made it my passion. I've been coaching for over a year now. Did in-person coaching for a while. But yeah, this is the optimal lifestyle. This is honestly the only way that you are able to look and feel your best for a long period of time, like indefinitely. Like, this is optimized for longevity as well. It's for health, it's for looks. If you guys see my content, you already know what I'm about, but there is 3 pillars with the optimal lifestyle. It's going to be fitness, nutrition, and mindset. And I'm going to be talking about everything, like breaking literally everything down today, because honestly, I could sell this information, but I really would want people just to know it, like, for free, and apply it to their lives, because this genuinely did change my life. I've had it change my friends' lives, people that I know, people on the internet. So many people like follow similar lifestyles, but the optimal lifestyle is the way to achieve your dream physique. So this is what I looked like about 2 years ago. It was my freshman year of college on the left side here. Yeah, I was absolutely cooked. I was super bloated. Like, as you guys can see, my nose was actually like super inflamed. Like, you could really see, I mean, I guess it's a small difference. I still have a big ass nose, but yeah, I was so inflamed. Genuinely just super bloated. My skin, it doesn't look that bad in that picture. My skin was always broken out though. I was using CeraVe creams, like just so much stuff, and literally nothing was working too. Like mind you, I would wash my face like 3 times a day after I would go to the gym. I was working out at that time too, and I still look like that. And I didn't realize it was just so many of the systems I had in place were terrible. My diet was terrible. Everything was cooked. In the bottom picture, you can see how bloated I was too. That was all diet, like 90% diet, and honestly, like, just like small things too. Like, my cortisol was always spiked because I was so stressed for like certain things I was doing, always on my phone, never getting sunlight, just so many different systems. And then, as you can see on the right side, I'm a lot leaner. I'm the same weight too in both of those pictures. I was 175 then and 175 now. Maybe I'm like 173 now, a little bit lighter, but about the same. And the inflammation gone, brain fog gone, like my energy is through the roof. Testosterone, I got my testosterone checked, it's close to 1K. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, life genuinely could not be better on the optimal lifestyle. So the optimal lifestyle is the only way to look and feel your best, not for a month, not for a year, but for the rest of your life. I truly mean that. I've seen so many fitness coaches sell courses, AI courses, programs, and it'll get you shredded. Don't get me wrong. You will get shredded, you will get lean, but is that sustainable? Are you going to feel good while doing it? I have a friend that was working out. He got super lean, hit a super hard cut, and he was sleeping like 12 hours a night because his energy systems were crashing. His hormones were failing. He wasn't getting enough like fat in his diet. He wasn't getting enough cholesterol. He wasn't getting enough micronutrients, all these things that were allowing him to get shredded, obviously short term, but he lost it for long term. So it's just not recommended to make it such a hard cut. The traditional gym bro lifestyle of counting calories, hard cuts, and dirty bulks and hours in the gym is killing your hormones and burning you out. Yeah, that's just like one of the biggest things. Like, I need to talk about that more on my social media because it is genuinely huge. I think so many people, especially guys that are on steroids, I at least see guys that go to my gym. They're on roids, and yeah, if you're on roids, you could go eat fucking crumble cookie. You can go eat some chicken and rice and do all these things and like not get your micronutrients in, not balance your macros, not do certain cardio, whatever. You could do those things and you'll be fine because you're ripping fucking steroids. But guess what? You're going to be 35, 40, and you're going to look like a balloon and you're going to be cooked. So it's not optimized for longevity. And like I said, it is killing your hormones and burning you out. I see it happen so much. And people don't realize it until it's too late. And then they're just cooked. And then they go hop on Ozempic. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? All right, so when in reality, feeling and looking your best comes down to these three simple steps. It really is this simple. I want to break it down in the most simple way too, because yes, there's so much stuff in the health and fitness space and like this entire lifestyle, but you could break it down into three simple categories, and that's just going to be the optimal diet, the optimal training, and then the optimal mindset. Grab some water real quick, but you really don't need to make it that deep, because if you break it up into these subcategories and then you could break it down even more from there, just focus on those three main things. So all you really need to focus on is your diet, your training, and your mindset. You don't need to focus on no fucking seed oils on this day, no this, no that, no that, like all these small little things. Just take it at these three things, the pillars of health, and you'll see how much easier it gets, because a lot of this is going to be about discipline, about longevity, and about mindset, and the right information obviously in place, just applying that. So, all right, but the optimal diet, this is obviously going to be my favorite part, because the diet was the biggest thing for me. I was eating terrible, and people don't realize like how your energy systems, like your mitochondrial health, like literally everything, your sleep, like your mood, your gut health, your skin health, like all these things are all in place with your diet. And if you have the right diet, you will be able to look and feel your best. You will be able to get a physique so you stay filled out, you still have muscles, but you will stay lean and you will stay feeling good. So animal-based aesthetics is what I like to call it. The reason I call it that is because I'm not a hard gym bro. I'm not on like one side where I'm like, like go to the gym like 8 times a week, cutting, bulking. I'm not like super into the gym. I'm pretty into the gym, but I'm not that hard on it. So I call it animal-based aesthetics because I want it. Those are two things that changed my life. I was trying to optimize like everything in the gym for aesthetics, to get lean, to get shredded, to look good, but I was implementing the animal-based diet to actually keep all my hormone systems and my body systems in place, feeling good. So that's what animal-based aesthetics is. And then self-modified animal-based diet, it's self-modified because traditional animal-based diet is going to be basically meat and fruit and dairy. Like, I think, yeah, that's about it. Maybe some honey and stuff. I think that is a little bit off, especially if you're trying to optimize for aesthetics. You're not going to get enough complex carbs. You're not going to be able to optimize certain things to keep your physique full. So at first, when I first hopped on the diet, I went hard animal-based for like 6 months. I got super shredded, super lean, but my energy started to crash, my hormones started to crash, and I just got too fucking lean, and it was gnarly. So I had to change the diet, and that's why I call it self-modified now. I guess you can call it more of a whole foods diet, but there is some things that I will talk about that are almost biohacking in a way that most people won't mention in an animal-based diet, or most holistic health people won't mention. I'm a little bit in between. So the diet is the only way you will get shredded and stay shredded year-round with high tests, no crash outs, and no constant tracking. By crash outs, I want to talk about that. I know people that will, actually including one of my clients, they will binge eat because they will go crazy hard on a diet. They will stick to a diet for, I don't know, like a super strict diet, like say like chicken and broccoli and rice, right? They'll track everything, count every calorie, make sure their macros are locked into place. I'll get into that later about tracking. And they'll do that for 6 months, right? They'll get shredded again, like I said, but then their fucking energy systems, everything will just die. So I won't keep repeating myself, but like that is so important. I see it happen with so many people. So I definitely think that this is like the coolest part about this diet, is that you can do that. Benefits that countless people, including my friends, family, and I, notice on this specific diet. I know this is stuff that you might have heard from all these like raw meat, fucking like crazy holistic health people. Guys, I want you to realize I am not on one side. I'm in the middle. That's why I'm combining animal-based and aesthetics, because I want to combine like the hard, like modern gym bros with like the crazy raw primal fucking drink blood people, because I'm not either side. I'm in between that, because I feel like when you can combine those things, that is when you will realize like, okay, this is the best lifestyle for me. This is the optimal lifestyle. So anyway, stable hormones, high energy, increased muscle gain. I'm rarely sick. Like, it's the wintertime right now, and dude, I haven't gotten that much sun. Like, I'm rarely fucking sick. I've gotten sick once. Anyway, clear glowing skin, no brain fog, thicker hair. My hair's gotten a lot curlier and thicker. My nails grow faster too. Increased cognitive function. This is huge for me. My memory, I used to smoke a shit ton of weed, drink a ton. My memory was gone. Like, you could talk to like my parents. I hope you're not talking to my parents, but You can talk to my family, my friends. They will tell you my memory was terrible. Like it was, my cognitive function was genuinely declining, and I didn't realize why that was happening and how that was like related to my diet. So that's huge. Higher libido. Yeah, you're gonna be horny. I can't even lie. Like the diet's crazy. A lot of cholesterol, a lot of fat, a lot of protein. Higher test equals higher libido. So those are just some positives that you guys can look forward to if you do lock in on this. But let's get into the optimal diet breakdown. Let me grab some water real quick. I'm fucking talking too much. But yeah, guys. Before I get into the optimal diet breakdown, I'm super passionate about this. If you guys can't tell, like this genuinely has changed my life. So if I go into little like rambles or I start talking too much about certain things, it's genuinely just because I do love this. I am passionate about this. This is literally like 90% of my life. I want to help people with this so much. So it has changed my life, and I do want to help other people with it. So I might go a little bit overboard on the information, but you know, you can just put that shit in like ×2 speed. Anyway, optimal diet breakdown. So we're going to start with ending the what's the best diet debate. It is basically a political debate at this point with diets on the internet. I see people talking about fruitarian, vegetarian, vegan, carnivore, animal-based, all these different diets. What is the best diet? The modified animal-based diet. That is the best diet out there. I do not want anyone to say otherwise. It genuinely is the best diet. All right, so let's actually get into this. I made this chart here. So this is I haven't seen anyone like, I mean, maybe a lot of people eat this way, obviously, but this is like the optimal diet in my opinion. I don't see a lot of people incorporate these things into their diet together as a whole. But like I said, this is optimized for aesthetics, to look your best, and to feel your best. So for protein, we're going to have mainly red meat, eggs, yogurt, raw milk, and cheese. It doesn't have to be raw milk. I put raw milk because I just handle raw dairy better. I found it's a lot better for my gut. Inflammation, just like my stomach, I digest it a lot better. So those are going to be the main protein sources. Obviously, with red meat, you adjust the cuts based off if you are cutting or if you are bulking. Right now, it is the winter. I'm moving less, but I'm also trying to get more calories in. I'm trying to hit like a lean bulk, a mini bulk right now. So I'm having a ton of fat. I'm fat maxing right now, bro. I'm literally getting like the fattiest steaks, like the fattiest cuts of meat, 80-20 ground beef. But in the summer, in the next like couple months, maybe in like, I don't know, April or May, I will cut down to like 93.7. So I'll have less fats, but I will still keep animal fats in my diet because I do not want to absolutely crash my hormones. So that is huge right there. That is absolutely huge, like number one piece of advice. Complex carbs. So timing matters for this. We're going to want to go around like nighttime for most complex carbs. You want to time that based off how much activity you've done and whether you are cutting or you are bulking. If you are cutting, obviously you're going to do less complex carbs. If you're bulking, you're going to do more complex carbs. So I drew a little arrow here because AI was not cooperating with me when I made this list. That shit is supposed to be right here, white rice, complex carbs. It's not a fast-acting carb. So sourdough bread, potatoes, and white rice, you're going to have those as your complex carbs. Use those accordingly. Like I said, timing is huge for that. Depends on what you're doing. Fast-acting carbs, all fruit, raw honey. I honestly couldn't think of any more fast-acting carbs. If you guys can think of any clean ones besides that like work good with your body, that's pretty much it. I time those same things, like depending on like activity level, depending on the day, depending on whether you're cutting or bulking. But I'm eating a lot of fruit. I'm eating a lot of fucking fruit, especially when I'm not getting as much complex carbs, guys. You want to get carbs in your body. I do not care about all these carnivore people that are saying you don't need carbs. You need carbs, bro. You need carbs to gain muscle. You need carbs for your muscles to stay full. Like you need it for energy. There's so many different things. You're getting tons of micronutrients. You're getting like fiber from it. Yeah, so eat your carbs. But dairy, you already know I said raw milk before. You could do like a low fat pasteurized milk too. I would definitely recommend that. Like high quality, get something that's grass fed because dairy inflames people a lot. Like it's a super inflammatory thing if you get a super flash pasteurized like synthetic vitamin milk with like fucking all these things, cheap ass milk. If you get that and you're drinking it on the daily as much as I'm drinking raw milk or I'm drinking grass-fed milk, there's a good chance that it will mess with your gut, it will inflame you, and it will cause acne. But, obviously everyone's different, so play with certain things, see what happens. And then we got yogurt. I eat yogurt every single morning, yogurt bowl every morning. Like, it's absolutely huge. Eat your fucking yogurt, guys. It's good for the gut. It's like slightly fermented, has a whole bunch of crazy, like, probiotic strains in it, prebiotic. Yeah, no, it's huge. Cheese, yeah, cheese is good too. We got like healthy fats in there. I would definitely go with like a parm. A raw parm is always huge, especially since I like getting more animal fats. Like fats from dairy are huge. They're really important, but I like to get more animal fats than fats from other things. Like my mom asked me why I don't eat peanut butter. Like this, I think it was this morning, last night. I just told her, well, I mean, peanut butter is not the worst thing in the world. I don't, I mean, it's not the best either, but I don't want to get my fats from peanuts. I want to get my fats from animal food. So why am I going to waste calories on peanut butter when I could have, I don't know, some beef tallow or some shit or some steak? Because those fats are going to be way more useful than some fats from peanuts. And then kefir, yeah, good for the gut. Kefir, you can go raw or pasteurized. I would recommend to start with pasteurized if you've never had any raw dairy before. Start with pasteurized kefir and then try raw, just because it is a raw fermented food. So it's like, it might be like crazy for some people's stomach for the first time. So extras, cow liver, kimchi, sauerkraut, bone broth. All of those things are actually mostly just kimchi, sauerkraut, bone broth. Those are going to be mainly for the gut. That is like 90% why I consume those things. Gut health. They're huge. I incorporated sauerkraut and kimchi into my diet for like the first year. That was like the first thing I ever incorporated in for my gut health. When I started prioritizing all of that, started eating better foods. It's huge, guys. Cow liver, that's not really for gut health. That's just an absolute micronutrient bomb. Like that is your multivitamin right there. That is your multivitamin. Throw away your fucking multivitamin gummies. You don't need that. Cow liver, that is your fucking vitamin right there, bro. So clean grass-fed whey or beef isolate powder. I did start incorporating this back into my diet. I was super against it for a while, but I started to realize if you're getting a high quality one, I don't think it's bad. I genuinely don't think it's bad. Santa Cruz Paleo, Levels Protein, they make a pretty good one. You just get like an unflavored one if you want, or a flavored one and throw it in your yogurt bowl. It's an easy way to get some extra protein in, so I definitely recommend it. Coconut water, potassium. I use that more for like electrolytes and debloat, but I definitely would use it during your workouts. It's just a good electrolyte to have, natural electrolyte. You could actually throw a pinch of sea salt in there as well because it does have a lot of potassium and magnesium, so it kind of can offset that sodium balance if you are sweating a lot. So throw some sodium in there if you want. Black coffee, just time it right. Get a good quality one. Throw some butter in there to lower the cortisol spike. You're good. I don't know why it says powdered twice, but you already know about that. All right, it says a whole bunch of shit twice, but we're just gonna ignore that. And then carrot juice. I actually use that for the beta carotene to stay tan. I'm not crazy tan right now, but stay decently tan in the winter, and I love beta carotene for that. It's also carrots have like a DHT promoting enzyme in them too. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. There's some benefits with raw carrots. I have to look more into that, but it's definitely big. So how and why I don't track? Sorry, I absolutely went off the fucking rails. I told you I was in a yap, but yeah, I'm just into this shit. So how and why I don't track? So I did try to track when I first started getting into the gym. I wouldn't read ingredient labels. I was just focusing on macros. That is absolutely it. The average gym bro thing that you hear about. And it helped me gain muscle, but I was super inflamed. As you guys could see, I just looked like shit still. I wasn't happy with my physique. I wasn't happy with my mental health, like physical health. Just overall wasn't happy. And that is because I wasn't balancing micronutrients and macronutrients correctly with timing, with activity levels, and with how I felt. So this is the thing. You could track, right? But do you want to track everything for the rest of your life? Like genuinely everything. Like you will have to track. If you could eat, like you could have the diet, right? Where you're like, all right, I'm going to eat 80-20, the 80-20 rule, okay? I'm going to eat 20% bad. And you track. You're going to feel like shit. And I promise you, I genuinely promise you, go try and do it for a year, 2 years. Yeah, okay, it'll work for a couple months, but try to do that in long term compared to a diet like the modified animal-based diet. It's not going to work. I promise you, you will have burnouts. You want to build a relationship with food because you don't want to track forever, right? So once you build that like relationship with food, you will know what to eat in the right times. So that is why I don't think you need to track. I want to teach people how to understand what their body works with, like what foods works for their body, the right timing. There's just no point of tracking. And that's genuinely why I believe that if you want to make it easier for yourself, sure, go ahead. But I guarantee you'll burn out eventually. So what is macro balancing and micro loading? So that was kind of ties into tracking what I was talking about. This is going to be kind of listening to like what foods is right for what times. Okay, let's say this morning I ran 5 miles. Okay, what do I need after running 5 miles? More complex carbs. You don't want to lose muscle. You're burning a ton of calories. You want some complex carbs, right? So it's certain things like that. Macro balancing is going to be kind of timing, and then micro loading. You want to load up on micronutrients. The reason I say macro balancing is because macros, you gotta like weigh, you gotta not weigh out, but like you gotta understand like the certain ones. Like okay, I didn't get enough sun today. Let me eat a shit ton of fat so my energy is sustained. But micro loading, you're not gonna balance your micronutrients. I mean, obviously, don't go crazy overboard, but people kind of like blow it out of proportion. Like they say that you can get like poisoning from too much fucking zinc or too much B12 or something like that. Bro, I've eaten like a pound of red meat every single day, pretty much for like the past like 2 years almost. Do I have any toxicity? No, I feel fucking great. So that's why we want to load up on micronutrients and really do focus on micronutrients because they do matter a lot. But this diet is pretty micronutrient heavy. So cheat meal versus mouthfeel. I think this is absolutely huge. So this whole concept of cheat meals, I understand if you want to have a cheat meal. I have ice cream for bears all the time. I have things that give me that mouthfeel, that make me feel like good. It gives me that dopamine hit, right? So those are going to be like my cheat meals. I feel good with that, but they're still decently clean. Like rarely do I will never try to like get my entire like nutrient sourcing and my entire meal from a cheat meal. Does that make sense? Like I won't go out and be like, all right, I'm going to have 4 pizzas right now because this is going to be like my whole dinner. I'm going to get all my fucking vitamins and all my micronutrients. That's not going to happen. That will not happen. So I think like understanding that you can have cheat meals, is fun, but they will set you back. And people really do blow that out of proportion. And I think understanding that having clean cheat meals still and only eating those foods, like maybe 1 slice of pizza, 2 slices of pizza, but then having some steak and eggs and fruit on the side, something like that. You're getting the pizza for the mouthfeel, but you're still getting all your nutrients from your main meal. So you don't want to, that's biblical gluttony right there, bro. Look at this guy. Like, he's cooked. You want to end up like that. So you got to understand, like, the food to dopamine relationship, and that will help you stay locked in on your diet too. But I have cheat meals, guys. I'm not allergic to them. So let's move into the next thing, the optimal training. This is going to be, obviously a huge part of it. Training is a lifestyle, and that's why I call this the active lifestyle. You need to, I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy working out. I enjoy trying new things. I enjoy pushing myself on runs. I enjoy it. Like, I did CrossFit this morning, and I absolutely destroyed my hands, and I enjoyed pushing myself on it. So with the active lifestyle, you do want to enjoy it. So I make it part of your lifestyle. Make it fun, guys. Like, look, I ran up, there's a mountain by my house in San Diego, and I ran up that shit. It's beautiful. You get to watch the sunset, set your circadian rhythm. I enjoy it. So you not win the game by chasing it. You win by loving how it's played. That is actually huge right there. I don't even know like where I got that from, if that was a quote or something, or I just thought of it. But that is literally huge. You want to fall in love with the game instead of chasing the end goal. If you chase, I want to be 200 lean. I'm gonna lock in so hard for the next year, and I can't wait to be 200 lean. You're gonna hate that shit. If all you're looking at is the end goal, and you're not enjoying and loving the process that gets you there, you're gonna hate it. And then, like I said, same thing back to it, it's not sustainable. So you want to understand how to love the lifestyle. Like, this is my boy too. He's absolutely locked the fuck in. You have to just understand that like building discipline is also about loving the game, bro. Like, genuinely love the game. All right, so the optimal training breakdown. So this is huge. This is absolutely huge because like I used to be on this side, 14 plus. I've been on both sides. What am I saying? I've done the 0 hours in the gym. I've done the 14 plus hours in the gym. That's a little low-key, I was doing the 14 hours. Yeah. It doesn't work. Neither of them work. And you can see that. Like, if you want to look like that crazy, you don't want to be that jacked, bro. I'm going to be completely real. Because there you go again. That's steroids and that's killing longevity. You want to have the lean, healthy physique. So you want to balance that. So getting into it, 14 plus hours in the gym every week, no mobility, no longevity, looks like a fucking fridge. This guy is literally huge. He can't even touch his back. Like he's got to itch his back. He can't even touch that shit. He's cut. Destroy hormones with roids. Look, if you don't want to be natural, that is fine, but my program is not for you. This is a natural program. So that is one side of it, okay? And then we got the other side. This guy looks like a fucking twink. So 0 hours in the gym every week, low test, low energy, brittle and weak, high risk of injury, and no longevity. Look, guys, I understand that people are saying you can be healthy without working out, and you can, but this is a crazy example, but let me use my grandma as an example. She is one of the healthiest people I've ever seen, but she hasn't lifted weights a day in her life. And she was talking to me the other day about how she wants to lift weights because she feels like weak. She feels slightly brittle. And that's the thing is, if you want true longevity, you do need to build muscle. You could get lean, you could stay lean and look good skinny, maybe with clothes on, but that's the thing is, it's not going to support longevity. You're not going to feel your best. Like, you build muscle, people are going to break their heads looking at you. You want to have that lean, jacked physique. So both are important. And then we have the balance. 4 to 6 hours in the gym a week, high test and energy, lean, strong physique, can still be mobile and maximize longevity. That is exactly what I was aiming for when I went into working out. I didn't understand what I was doing at first, but now I have pretty much achieved that. Like, I'm confident that I will maintain this physique for hopefully most of my life. Obviously, when I'm 80 or something, I'm not going to look like this, but I'm going to maintain this physique for my entire life. And I know that I will be healthy. I know that I will be healthy my entire life. And the reason I am confident in that is because I've built these systems in place and I've understood how all of it works. And that's the thing too. Nobody really, if you want to, okay, go ahead. But most people don't want to spend their entire life in the gym. Nobody really wants to do that. So we have to optimize all these little things in our entire life so we're able to spend 4 to 6 hours in the gym and, minimize fatigue and all these random different things, because all those things stack up with consistency and you will achieve that discipline to be able to maintain this physique for your entire life. So definitely do want to focus on that balance. It is absolutely huge. So these are gonna be the 3 things. This might seem super basic, but a lot of people don't understand them and don't understand how they work and how to actually enjoy them while doing them. So lifting is the first thing. Training with intensity and heavy weight to pack on muscle without spending your whole life in the gym. That is what I just talked about. Guys, if you don't want to spend 2 hours in the gym, you want to spend an hour, less than an hour in the gym, you need to be giving it all in those workouts. Like, you need to genuinely be training with so much intensity. Look at my face in that picture. You think that shit feels good? It does not feel good. It hurts. Okay? I'm training with intensity. Like, obviously now I like it, it feels good to put out effort, but you know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard. Don't be a pussy. Just do it. Focusing on squeeze and mind to muscle connection. So that is absolutely huge too. For the longest time, I would just move the weights. I would just do the reps, just fucking, all right, I'm gonna do some lat pull down, bro. Like, I'm just moving. I wouldn't actually think about, okay, let's set my arms in the right position. Let's pull down, squeeze my lats, feel the connection, literally feels like my shoulder blades are trying to touch each other. All those little things, like, you have that mind to muscle connection and it makes everything so much easier. So movement is obviously huge in life. We already know this, but we want to enjoy the movement. We want to have different types of movement: walking, running, sprinting, biking, etc. I do not put a cap on these things. People like to say that, I don't know, sprinting is the most optimal, running is the most optimal, walking is the most, okay, I don't give a fuck if it's optimal or not. You're burning calories, okay? Just move. I want everyone just to move. So that ties into the next thing, 10K steps a day. If you are going to have one goal with your movement in your life, that is going to be 10K steps a day. I would obviously like to, if you could run, if you could sprint, if you could bike, I should probably do more of all those too. But 10K steps a day is going to be the absolute bare minimum. If you can't walk 10,000 steps in a day, you're fucked. How are you going to get the physique that you want to get? So that is the bare minimum right there. We want to implement that into our life right away, because that will not only build discipline, increase longevity, get you shredded. Yeah, I don't even know. It's huge. That's the biggest thing. So running equals discipline plus shred. So I will say that you do want to switch it up, right? But I do think that running is huge. I know a lot of these primal people will say that, okay, running spikes cortisol. Okay, a lot of shit. What the fuck? Waking up in the morning spikes your cortisol. All right, just run. Running burns more calories faster than it does walking. I think that walking is amazing. I think if you could walk 20K steps in a day, do it. But do people really have time to walk 20K steps in a day? Maybe. I mean, I guess there is 24 hours in a day, but most people don't want to do that. I'm gonna be real. I don't want to walk 20K steps in a day. I want to walk maybe 8, 9, 10K steps in a day and then go on a run. And you're gonna burn so much more calories in less time right there too. So I think running is absolute huge, not only for burning calories, getting shredded, but also building an insane amount of discipline because it feels fucking great. I go on a run, I get the best runner's high, I burn calories, and I have a clear mind for the rest of the day. So movement allows for no tracking. That is another thing right there. If you are not getting proper movement every single day, then you're going to have to track. People talk about tracking. I have to track my calories. Okay, maybe you have to track your calories because you're fucking melting. You're sitting there all day and you're doing nothing. So now, you're not moving enough to be able to eat all the foods that you want to eat, right? So if you're moving, you're eating a whole foods diet and you're not getting jacked and you're not getting shredded, I don't know what to tell you because it will happen. And I've seen it over and over again. Stay consistent. So recovery is huge. Recovery is absolutely huge. Vitamin D, low cortisol. The reason I have both of those pictures, this dude's tanning and some low cortisol, you want to minimize stress in those times and you want to get in the sun. Those are two of the most important things I think that I've implemented into my recovery routine. So I think the best thing that you could do, okay, you got your workout in for the day, you've done some steps. All right, go tan out in the sun, go lay there. Like, don't move. Don't read a book. Like, minimize your cortisol, bro. Like, just take it slow from there. Like, you don't have to be constantly going, because that is what is going to burn out your nervous system. That's going to burn out your energy systems. Like, it's just going to fuck you up. So 8 to 10 hours of high quality sleep. Prioritize sleep. I won't go too much into it, but you already know, just prioritize sleep. Minimize blue light at night. Get some red light glasses if you need to. Get off your phone 30 minutes before bed. Do some meditation, some stretching, some reading. Just things to make your sleep better. Hot cold therapy, I think it's absolutely huge. Obviously, don't do cold. I think it's like a couple hours or something like that. A couple hour time frame after your workouts. I was kind of against that at first. I didn't think it was a real study, but I looked more into it. There's definitely studies on it. It does stunt muscle growth. So definitely, get in the sauna, get in the cold plunge, but do it timely, do it right. And then active rest plus stretching. On my rest, I'm never not moving. I'll never sit there the entire day and do absolutely jack shit. Get your active rest in, get your stretching in. It's huge. Even on rest days, we do want to be moving, a good amount. So the optimal mindset, that is going to be the last thing. And I know these pictures are not flattering. Holy shit. But yeah, I do got to get real now. I'm going to drink some water before I talk about this. So, do got to get a little vulnerable with you guys. The bleed out mindset. So this is honestly, looking back at these pictures, I was making this and I genuinely could not believe at how cooked I was. Like, that is why I had to put the name bleed out mindset. I felt pain. I was mentally fucked up every single day. Like, I literally would just cope. Oh, I just feel so shit. My anxiety is so bad. My depression is so bad. I'm just gonna sit here and smoke weed. I'm just gonna sit here and eat this fuck ass food and play video games and sit on my ass. And that's the thing. You have that mindset of just laying there and bleeding out. You will never ever get rid of the mental health problems if you're fucking like stuck in that mindset. And I didn't realize that at the time. I thought, it'll go away. Like, maybe I'm just stuck with this when I'm younger. Maybe it's just puberty. No, it's you being a fucking unhealthy piece of shit. So look at these pictures for a second. Look at the food down there. That's a bong, some A&W, some root beer, butter, what is that? Butterfinger, Skittles, and Takis. Do you think I felt good eating like that? No. But it gave me that quick dopamine. It gave me the crazy fucking high. And like, I just felt good for a second. So I would escape my problems that I was feeling throughout the day. Right? Yeah. And I was a twink too. Holy shit. Yeah. And it's crazy to look back at these because I think a lot of people are scared of like talking about their past self or like stuff in the past because, they don't want to be too hard on themselves. Look, I'm glad that I made all these decisions that I made because it led to who I am now. But this is the thing. I can talk about myself negatively because look at that shit. I went through all the discipline, all the years of working out, the years of my teaching myself all this stuff to get to this point. So you're allowed to say that stuff. But yeah, absolutely cooked. So that's the bleed out mindset. And then we got the tourniquet mindset. Are you going to let your womb just sit there and fucking bleed out while you're dying? Or are you going to wrap a tourniquet around it and keep living? So that's honestly been huge for me, is using that mindset. Now, I'm healthy. I feel my best. Shit, couldn't really ask for more, bro. Like health is king. Health is literally everything. So yeah, I mean, this diet saved me. Like, yeah, the mindset, everything. Like, this lifestyle truly is the way to look and feel your best. Like, it really, really is. And I want you guys to understand that because, there's so many other things that you could do and you could try. And like I said, you'll just get burnt out. And I truly think that, like, while this is like my passion in life, like, I can still live the life. I can still go out with my friends. I can still do all these things in my life. I want to go travel. I want to go do all these things. And I could do that while feeling my best. And that's the thing. Like, when you have those discipline systems set in place, and like your relationship with food, like your ability to like be able to cut in bulk like so easily, like I could literally do these things within weeks. Like it's like you beat life, bro. Like you unlocked like a little fucking, like, I don't even know, bro. Like you have so many different Fortnite skins. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, you could just equip them whenever. It's the way that I look at it. But yeah, definitely apply the tourniquet mindset to your life. It is absolutely huge. So finishing it up, live the lifestyle. So like I said, it is a lifestyle. That's the best way to put it. Like, when you live the optimal lifestyle, you will be able to, like I was just saying before, you will be able to live your life to your fullest, do everything that you love, be with the people that you love, while looking and feeling your best. Like, it is such a good feeling, and I just want to help as many people as possible achieve that in their life. Like, I really, really do. Because, like, I want you guys to know, like, it is so achievable. Like, if you are watching this video, if you made it to the end of this video especially, I don't think you understand how achievable this is for you. Like, you will be the top 1% of the population, if not even higher than that, like, if you apply this information to your life. It's truly unreal. I just want you guys to really grasp that. So the gym doesn't have to be your whole life. Just make it part of the lifestyle. Like I just said, it doesn't have to be your whole life. Just apply it. Looking and feeling your best should be a lifelong goal, not a 6-month peak in burnout. We've already talked about that. But yeah, like I said, if you apply these systems and you learn these systems, you keep it with you the rest of your life, you'll look and feel your best forever. Like, you want to have like a hot ass wife and like look your best, or you want to be like some fat old dude that like dies when he's like 40? Definitely the first one, bro. The optimal lifestyle will transform your life. All you have to do is provide the discipline. So on that note, all you have to do is provide the discipline. When I say that, I have all these systems built in place. I will help you with it step by step. All you have to do is give me discipline. If you are able to apply all this stuff and apply this information and apply the one-on-one help that I can give you, all you have to do is provide the discipline. You just execute, and I have it all planned out. So on that note, I do have a link in the bio. If you guys do want to book a call with me, you are interested in one-on-one coaching, I can not only apply the stuff that we talked about, but so much more stuff based off your goals, and we can get you to where you want to be. Yeah, that's all I really got to say. You can click the link if you guys are interested in that and see if you are the right fit. But y'all, thank you. I love you. Thanks for watching for the video. Stay healthy. Peace, guys. Have a good one.